I love lights nowadays. You know, I remember when I first had to find an LED light that I could use for on the road for any type of small streaming, what I'm calling the backpack streamer. They were few and far between back in the day. Now there's just a plenty of LED lights that you can get that have batteries inside them that work just amazing. But this one takes the cake. What we have here is the GC21B light from Neewer. And this is just a compact light that you can put into your bag, you can put into your suitcase, and you can have an LED light at the ready for whatever you need. We're going to talk about that next on Geekazine. What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek. Neewer did send me product to review, but they're not sponsoring this video, nor are they reviewing this video before publish. All opinions are my own, and you can find everything over at geekazine.com/review. If you've got a product that you want me to review, all you have to do is go to the contact page, and we'll get it in shop to take a look at. I'd like to thank my Patreons over there. If you want to be part of the Patreon group so we can keep the lights on over here, go over to patreon.geekazine. If you want to do a one-time tip or something like that, venmo.com/geekazine or paypal.me/Jeff Powers. That's where you go and get me that cup of coffee. We also got the t-shirts, like I got Like Geek Butts and I Cannot Lie, over at amazon.com/shop/Geekazine. Just go down to the merch section. All right, so what this is the GC21B, and it's actually pretty amazing because it is an LED light. And what you get is like a little squeezy thing right there. And you get this light and you get this magnet base. This is for your tripod, so don't lose this. Very important. We'll just set this over here. And then, of course, the little bag and the light. You're saying, oh, this is a light? That's pretty crazy. So yes, it is, because it is completely deflated right now. It's a deflator light. What we've got here, really cool. It's just a straight LED light. It's only going to do 3,000 Kelvin to 6,000 Kelvin, I believe it is. And that's it. It's going to light up your studio. So if you're on the road, if you're a backpack streamer and you need some light, becomes a bar light. Well, so how does that happen? Well, it's actually really simple. All you have to do is take this and open it up. We've got this area, and then we've got this area on the other side that controls the light. And I'll show you that all together, plus a USB port so you can recharge the battery inside of here, which is a 2,500 milliamp battery. So you should probably get about a good hour and a half of light. But when you knock it down to 5 or 10%, this thing can run probably for a long time. I haven't tested that thing yet, but this is how you do it. We will show you everything once we get this all set up. Right now, this light can work as it is. In fact, if I hit the button here, it's going to turn on and it'll say press it again for 3 seconds. So I'll do that. And we're at 5,300 Kelvin, but 0% light. So let's make it a little bit bright. Let's take it to that's about 3% right there at 5,300. You can kind of see that light right there in both screens. So LED lights, we've got the white light and then the yellow light, the indoor versus the outdoor light. And of course, the change of the Kelvin. Right now we're at 5,300 Kelvin, and we could go up to 6,500 Kelvin, and so that's going to be all white light right there. But if we go all the way down to 2,700, excuse me, then you see that it's very little white lights and a lot of yellow right there. So I always like, in my studio, I like 4,300. I don't know why. It just seems to really pop sometimes, and I got to really retune these lights now I'm talking about it. But that gives me a good indoor-outdoor look. Well, this is kind of floppy, and I can use this. I could tape this onto a wall. It's got a strap right here, so I could hang it onto like a hanger or anything like that. There's another strap right here, so we could put a pole into it, so it just hangs off of a pole or anything like that. So we could use it like this. But the real feature is this guy right here, and that is the pump. So let's take the pump and we'll just put it right in here, and then we're going to pump. And depends on how much you need, but you get about 2 minutes worth of pumping. It's really not that difficult to use this thing right here. And now we have a fully inflated tube that we can use for whatever. If I get this really nice and filled up, let's go ahead and put some more air into this. That's pretty stiff. So now I can kind of have fun and have my little lightsaber battles or whatever, or just do this. It's a tube light. It's got a little diffusion on it, so I could have this. We have it at 3% right now. So I'm sorry, 5% right now. Let's go ahead and bump this up. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We get 70. Look at that. That's just oversaturating me. That's a little bright. But you know what's really cool about this is when I go on travel and I do one-on-one interviews, I could actually have these lights sitting almost onto the tripods right above. And they're all ready to go, and all I just have to do is pump them up and then put them on a stand. There, like I said before, we have this little guy right here, which is the tripod mount. There is magnets on the unit right here, so all we have to do is just snap it on there and then put it onto the tripod and then work it from there. Or like I said, if we've got a place to hang it, we can hang it from the top here. We've got many different options. And then when we're done, deflating is actually fairly straightforward. We'll show you that in a second. But I want to show you this first before we do anything else. And that is, and we'll turn down the brightness here, back down to 3-4%. And that is back here, the features that we have for this device. It's at 4%. And we got 4,300 Kelvin for the light, but we have some functionality. If we hold down this button for a couple seconds, we turn it off. Turn it back on, and then of course press. There we go. If we do a single press, I don't know if you noticed that, we just changed it to 25, 50, 75, 100. So easy presses right there. If we do a double press, there we go. That's going to get us into the different features. If we go 1, now we've got a flashing light, and we could do different types of random flashes or whatnot. We could go back in here. If we do 2, we've got like a paparazzi light right here. So if you can see it's like we're getting photobombed or something like that. We go to 3, we've got a light bulb situation. So it's like the light bulb will blink or the light bulb will flare. We've got a bomb right here in 4. We've got sparkler right here in 5. 6 is a starry night. 7, you get the idea. So we have different settings, and the manual will tell you exactly what this is. This is a fire. And so if you wanted to emulate a campfire, that's what this will do. So as you can see, we have many different options. And then of course we can go right back to 0, which is just basically a light in itself. So if you don't know, this is my buddy Simon. He's what I use for testing and everything like that. And so what I'm doing is I'm just playing with the light. We were at 25, now we're at 50% lighting at about 2-3 feet away from the subject. We can go all the way to up to 100. I'm also doing a lot of the different movements in the lights, bringing it around, up and down. That was an interesting one, just let it hang. I basically just hooked it up onto my ceiling and let it just hang like it did. And then I took it off and I moved it around the head to show you the different lighting positions that you could get with this light just by having it handheld. Now, one more thing was pretty cool is if you deflate some of the air, you can actually move this around so you can get a little bit more light in corners that you don't normally get. So as you can see, this can change a lot of different lighting techniques that you might be employing. When you're done and the show's over, all you have to do is turn it off, hold down the button, and it turns itself off. And you've got this thing. We need to deflate it. That's actually very, very straightforward. All we have to do is go over to the tab here and pull it open. It's not going to deflate right away. But now, if we hold down this button right here, within seconds, it's completely deflated. And then you can wrap it up, fold it up, put it in the bag, and get it ready for the next show. Probably should be folding it this way from this side first. That way the air has a way to go. You see how it's starting to bubble up right here. So now we can go back over here and kind of let the air out. Let the air out. There we go. And I suppose in a pinch, it probably might make a good pillow if you're in an airport waiting for your plane. Anyway, that is it. That's the Neewer GC21B, and it fits into the bag or into your suitcase or something like that. And just like a lot of these other LED lights, it's there and done and ready to go. Now you can go onto your flight there. You can go do your outlanding, your backpacking. And when it gets to be a darker night, you just pop this out, turn on the light and finish up whatever you're recording, and then put it all away and get out of there. And I love these things because of the fact, almost forgot to put the pump in there. I love these things because of the fact that they're so compact. And like I said, the backpack streamer, this is perfect for the backpack streamer. Put a camera in, put a tripod in, put a light in, put a microphone in, and you're off and running. I could put 3 different cameras, three different lights, microphone and everything. I could do a one-on-one situation, multi-cam situation out in the middle of the forest and tear it down within 10 minutes and then be back in my car however long it takes to walk to the car. That's what I love about this. But anyway, that's the GC21B, a great light from Neewer. And of course, Neewer, a lot of the lights here are Neewer lights, like the backfill light. The front lights are the TC60s. We've got the fabric lights that are on the sides and a couple others. I've had Neewer lights since 2012, something like that. My first camera lights were Neewer lights, and I've been with the company ever since. We've talked to them at CES. We've talked to them at NAB. They come out with some great features. You can get anything from tripods to teleprompters to camera gear to lenses. We were at CES and we learned about their new lens system, including the one that does all the macro photography, because they were putting it inside of a Lego castle and bringing it back out. It was really cool. So anyway, that is it. That's the Neewer GC21B portable light for you backpack streamers, or if you just don't want to carry big lights around. What do you think of the GC21B? Are you going to put it into your backpack or your bag? Let me know in the comments below over at geekazine.com, youtube.com/geekazine, where you can like, subscribe, and that bell notification so you know when the next video comes out. Until next time, my name is Jeffrey Powers. You guys geek out and light on with Neewer.